Hello there, gorgeous magical creators. I'm Christine Collins, and I wanted to share with you today a tip regarding how frequently you must exhibit your expertise or your competence to those who are absorbing your content in order to truly kind of get the impression from them that you are really good at what you do, that you're really knowledgeable about your topics, and that you are somebody who can be trusted in terms of capably supporting them with whatever the issue is that they need your help with. So, when we look at the subconscious mind in the hypnotherapy realm, one of the things that we understand is that each of us is a little bit different in terms of how we make decisions and how we form conclusions. So, an example of this is how much we have to be exposed to the competence of another individual in order for us to form a final conclusion that that person is competent at what they do. And the reality is that there is a spectrum for everybody. And there are some people who are capable of witnessing or experiencing competence just one time, and they are able to form a conclusion of competence based on that one interaction or experience. But the majority of people in the human population require more than one exposure in order to form a conclusion that somebody is competent. They have to have repeated exposures. And there's a spectrum. Some people, they might be able to just witness it a couple of times, and for others, they might need to have that exposure repeatedly over a span of time. So they might need 4 exposures or 5 exposures, or they might need to have a length of time where they're having that experience consistently throughout a month or 2 months or 6 months. So what this means for you in terms of your content that you're putting out there that demonstrates your knowledge, demonstrates your expertise, is that you will have a range of some people interacting with your content just once and then being ready to work with you because they've had a great experience from that one exposure. But the vast majority of people will need to see you many times and form a conclusion overall about your work through a series of many different exposures to your expertise. So when we are designing our content, we want to keep in mind that consistent, repeated interaction of our content with our audience is essential in terms of really building that relationship and really positioning yourself as somebody who can be trusted, as somebody who knows what you're talking about, and as somebody who is a valuable go-to resource for whatever subject matter you're speaking about. And the more consistently you can do that and the more frequently you can do that, the more you are building that long range competence with everybody who's watching, regardless of whether they are at the early end of the spectrum where they only need it once, or the far end of the spectrum where they might need it for a long period of time or multiple opportunities to engage with your content. So I hope you found this to be helpful. Once again, I'm Christine Collins, and I hope that you have an absolutely magical and creative rest of your day.